Welcome to the Consumer Debt Radio Show, a show designed to help you, the consumer, become educated about the concerns and issues relating to consumer debt. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Goldstein and Jill Phillips.
Well, hope everyone's having a great Saturday afternoon out there. This is attorney Michael Goldstein from the Law Office of Goldstein and Clegg. With me, as always, is attorney Jill Phillips from Legal Administrative Answers. And we are broadcasting the Consumer Debt Radio Show as we have been doing each and every Saturday afternoon from noon until 1. You can also check us out online at www.consumerdebtradio.com, where you can read our blog, sign up to the mailing list, or check out some of the archive shows. We have been doing this show, Jill, now for the better part of 6 or 7 months, and this is going to be our last and final on this radio station. However, fear not, all of our listeners out there, we are taking the show to the Internet, and we will be relaunching the show again in November. But in the meantime, check out our website, www.consumerdebtradio.com, where we're going to continue to post small segments as well as put up some great content in the meantime, and keep you guys all apprised of what's going on, the latest and greatest of consumer debt, of loan modifications and bankruptcy and whatnot. And Jill, talking about bankruptcy, this is a subject that, a lot of people have a lot of opinions on. There's a lot of stuff that's been written online. There have been hundreds, if not thousands, of books that have been out there. And this subject of bankruptcy is not anything that has any shortage of opinion, and it's not something that is all that recent. Yes, there are always changes to the law, and bankruptcy is certainly, it's a law, it's a federal law. But this is something that has been going on since the very first day of our country. This is something that the founding fathers had the foresight to discuss in the most early documents in our country's history.
Absolutely. And people hear this word bankruptcy and they're like, what is this thing? What exactly is this? And, like you were saying about the forefathers, I mean, this Bankruptcy has been an issue for years. There used to be debtors' prisons back in the day in England, and you couldn't pay your debts, they threw you into jail, and that was the standard norm. I mean, you went into jail, you couldn't work to pay your debt, but you stayed in jail because you failed to pay someone. It used to be a crime to not pay back your creditors. Thank goodness things have changed a little bit throughout, even in England and everywhere else. But bankruptcy, it was such a topic, and back when the Revolution happened, and they put it in the Constitution. It's in the Articles. It's in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 4. And I'm pointing that out so that if anybody wants to understand what is this bankruptcy, it's there, which authorizes Congress to enact uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States. So even as early as 1801, we had bankruptcy laws in this country. So it is something that our founding fathers knew was going to be part of the economy. It's been a part of our economy for years, not just something new to think about or the last years where people have got credit cards, but it's been around for years. This isn't something just, we developed in 2005 when we had this terrible Abuse Act, they called it, prevention. It's not really necessarily abuse. People don't really actually think of it. It's one of those things that just happen.
Well, part of everyday life is debt. And that's one of the reasons that we created this show, Jill, was to educate people about consumer debt and how to handle it, what you can do. And we've talked a lot over the past 6 months about ways to negotiate with your creditors, about the legal system and what your creditors can do to you, and how the bankruptcy system is in place to really combat that. But with all of that said, this has been a great deal of fun, and I think it's been really educational. Do check us out online, though, during our hiatus, www.consumerdebtradio.com, and we will be back in November on Internet Radio. But in the meantime, again, website is out there. Give us a call, 781-595-3800 or 781-401-9994. For attorney Jill Phillips, this is attorney Michael Goldstein. Hope everyone has a fantastic summer.